Still very warm. This is one of the secrets from this recipe, is that you reserve aside a 1/4 cup of the pickle juice, or a 1/2 cup for the whole batch. So this is a little easy read, a mini easy read. So you can do tablespoons in here, which is really handy if you have to do liquid. So while these are still warm, you pour over the pickle juice. And this is an important step because it's going to suck that all in, all that flavor. And the recipe said like something about strain it over a colander. I didn't want to waste the juice. I just did it into the bowl. So in my test batch, it just, all that liquid just absorbs in there. So let's just look ahead at our recipe a little bit. And I just keep my recipe here and kind of read over it. So celery pickles, and then remaining ingredients. So remaining ingredients is the mayo and yogurt mixture. Oh, before we do this, I'm going to show something so it's easier to see. If you remember when I did those potatoes, they were pretty big chunks, like inch chunks, and it's a little bit bigger than bite size. So I'm going to take, these are called the salad choppers, but we use them to chop everything. Meats, it's the 2 blades on there, and I'm just going to break these down into more bite size. So another little shortcut. You don't have to pull them out onto your cutting board. Just till you're happy with the size of chunks. So how do you guys usually do it? Do you usually dice them after they're boiled, or slice?
Yeah. I use that chopper, that smasher thing to break them down a little bit.
More like kind of mashing?
Like the meat masher thing, the hamburger.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. Let me show them what we're talking about. So that one, okay. So that'd be a good idea too, to break that down.
I use that thing a lot. That's a good idea.
It's a really good idea. That's why I love having you guys here, because you give me ideas too all the time. So that's looking pretty good for bite sizes. And it's kind of fun to have the, like the rustic size chunks too. Okay. So now we're ready for the rest of our ingredients. So let's think about kind of the dressing. So here's our mayo and Greek yogurt. That's why this measure-all cup's so handy. You don't waste any, and it's no fuss to get it out. And then another really important ingredient is the dill seasoning. So this is a Pampered Chef, one of their seasoning mixes. This one is one of those that I've had constantly in my cabinet for eternity, and I never want to be without, because this is the one that you use to make that dill dip, like for veggies. You just mix it with mayo and sour cream, or any, it's more than just dill, so it's like a more flavor to it. You don't have to like get out all those different garlic powder and onion. It's all in here. And we're gonna do, for the recipe, the amount we need is a 1/2 tablespoon.
Erica?
Yeah.
I'm using fresh dill from the garden.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
In amount or less?
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good question. You could probably go heavier with fresh dill, because it's concentrated this way. So with fresh dill, you could double it. Like I found fresh herbs, like you can hardly go too much with fresh herbs. You can pile on fresh herbs. And then I was gonna say, other than the fresh dill, it has garlic, onion, and some spices. So, but yeah, I would just add a little more garlic and onion too if you're doing fresh dill. And what's handy is the Pampered Chef measuring spoons do have a 1.5 tablespoon, a 1/2 tablespoon measure. So it's easy. So that's a whole lot of flavor just with doing that. And there is a little salt. It's like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then some fresh black pepper. And the other option. It said optional. I'm not calling it optional bacon in here.
Oh, yeah.
When I definitely recommend adding the bacon. So let's just mix up the sauce a little bit. Get this started most of the way, and we'll get the green onions in here. I like the green onion as opposed to regular onion. I think it's kind of a little bit different flavor that I really like. And we can't forget our yummy pickle mixture.
Erica, how many green onions was that? 2?
I did 2. Yeah, this is the half batch, but I still did 2. There's a lot of good things that green onions make better, and it's, you don't always think about them, but. Okay, so that's a whole lot of flavor. That's all those pickles and pickle juice and celery and the dressing. So we just mix this around. I was a little worried when I did the test batch that it'd be a little too juicy from like not draining those potatoes, but it turned out fine. I think the potatoes are kind of like rice where they just absorb it all and keep absorbing
I always add pickle juice to my
Do
potato
ya?
salad. Yeah.
So you already kind of knew this secret. But do you...
And I
Oh, go ahead.
like to use the juice from like the sweet pickles, the bread and butter pickles.
Oh, that's a good idea. That'd be a...
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd give it like a special...
And I've heard of people adding sugar, like a tablespoon or so of sugar to their
I
batch of
believe
potato
that,
salad.
just to kind of offset
Yeah.
the pickle juice a little, because that is straight up vinegar. And then the eggs... So I keep these are little 1 cup prep bowls. These are so handy to have. They have lids and measure marks right on them in case you have to pour something. This is one of those things I've had just forever. A lot of you guys might have this, the egg slicer. Yeah. So whenever I need eggs, like an egg salad or tuna salad, what I do is do it once like this, and then I turn it crosswise, and then we call that good for diced eggs.
Works perfectly every time.
Yeah. And I actually usually do my boiled eggs in the pressure cooker too. You just do 9 minutes cook time.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. 9 minutes cook time, quick release, and then throw them in ice water.
Do they peel pretty easy
Oh
after
yeah,
that?
yeah, it worked real well for that.
Okay.
So eggs and then the bacon. Let's cut up some bacon, and I like to use these flexible cutting mats because it makes it really easy to pour whatever. So let's just go back. We could use the choppers again, or you can just cut up your bacon with your good knife. I always, when I'm making the bacon, I found the best way to do it is in the oven on a sheet pan. I feel like it takes forever to stand over the stove and do it that way.
It does. Yeah.
And then even if you line the baking pan with foil, it's a lot easier to clean even. Alright, so I made this bacon ahead of time, and you know I have guys around here and they'll eat it all. They'll come around and pick it and eat it. So what I did was I put it in a little baggie and I hid it behind my vitamins in the refrigerator. I'm like, they'll never find it. So they didn't find it. Okay. Nice big chunks of bacon. We're getting pretty close here. So does everybody have a picnic to go to on Memorial Day? Or do you just barbecue at home?
Probably just barbecuing.
Yeah. Well, this
We're
is
going to Legion Memorial Day.
on that Monday.
Yeah, at the Legion Hall.
Yeah, so if you do this just for your home cookout, I would just do this half batch. Oh, I smell the pickle juice. And then let's we'll have to give this a little taste. Okay, so these are the spatulas that I'm always using. They're the silicone spatulas, and they don't come apart on you, and they're heat safe, so you can actually use your non-stick skillets. And then this is ended up being my favorite, is the small mix-in scraper, because it has a little scoop to it, so it like will really clean out your bowls of batter. So, and then this bowl that I'm using, it's an insulated bowl, and I wanted to share my favorite ways to take things portable, because I'll be doing that a lot. It's insulated, this one's for hot or cold, so either way. And then the lid it comes with, you put that on and it's a pretty good seal, and then if you slide that button, then it's really locked on there. So you can even have this tossing around in your back seat, and even if it falls over, you don't have to worry about there being a big mess. So I definitely recommend this if you're doing a lot of portable dishes. And then alternatively, so this is for hot or cold things, but if you're doing a lot of cold dishes, you could also use, this is the square cool and serve, where this is 2.5 quarts. And then there'll be a cooling insert that lays in the bottom of it. So that's another good option for taking cold things. If you do like a lot of coleslaw, potato salad, fruits to keep cold. So let's give this just a little taste here. Make sure we have everything in here. Get a piece of egg and bacon. This is for pickle lovers for sure. You get the big burst. This pickle all the way through, but then the green onion and bacon, definitely recommend doing that. So,
water.
What's that? Yeah. Here.
Looks delicious.
So that is our featured recipe, and then there is a few fun things going on in May too. When, if anybody loves a deal, a lot of the tools that I've used are on sale. So even this little garnish grabber is on sale right now. And I have a few of them right here handy. I was just going to show you that are all on sale. So there's the garnish grabber, the citrus press. If you end up doing a lot with fresh citrus juice, which can actually do a lot of really magical things to your cooking. I just have Pam popping back in here. You can even make like a hot tea, just hot water and hot lemon, but this it smashes it really clean and gets all the juice, so you're not wasting any, because that citrus is expensive. So the citrus press is on sale this month. And for guacamole lovers, we have a couple things. There's a guacamole mix. If you have a guacamole craving, you just mix a tablespoon of this per avocado, and it's instant guacamole. And then if you're a real guacamole lover, there's a guacamole store and serve. You know how it like almost instantly gets brown? Yeah. You can store your guacamole in here. There's a special lid that seals down on it, vacuums it, so it will stay green for you for the next couple days. So nice. That guy is on sale. And then another really classic thing, the quick stir pitcher. So you guys probably, these have been around so long, they have the mixing, in the handle mixes up, like if you're doing drink mixes, or like if you want to do spa water with fruit, you can have it in there and it'll kind of strain it for you. So there's a gallon or half gallon. And then if you're doing a lot of picnics or on the go, there's another cool and serve tray that's like really good for veggies. So the classic cool and serve tray with the little squares for veggies and dip, or fruit and dip, or whatever you want to keep cold in there. Like if you're doing sandwiches, you could have your lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion all ready to go and chilled, and it has the cooling inserts. That one is on sale. And there's a couple other things I didn't have handy, but then there's just a few of the new electrics on sale too. There's a new toaster that's on sale. There's a new Freezy Fun drink maker that's on sale. But my favorite, closest to my heart, is the Deluxe Cooking Blender. If you can see it right behind me there. So that's one of my all-time favorite electric tools they've come out with in the last 10 years. So that's really been a game changer. Especially if you want to eat healthier and you're real conscious of ingredients, but you don't want to cook all day, you can literally like make your own peanut butter. You can throw ingredients in, hit the soup button, and it makes a hot steaming soup for you. Yeah, so Granny and Susie and Mary tried one of those the other day. There's basically you can just do things other things can't. There's a sauce setting. You know how there's some delicate sauces like with dairy where you have to be careful not to burn it. You put the ingredients in, hit the sauce button, and it knows like how to not scorch things. So you can make like that hollandaise sauce or dairy bases, or you can do like a nacho cheese sauce. It knows how to not scald the milk.
Wow.
So it's just incredible. It can do things that other blenders can't. And then just, if nothing else, when you make your smoothies, it's so silky smooth that you can hide like broccoli in there and you don't even know. So it's definitely worth it if you're wanting to get in better ingredients and not all those preservatives from ready-made things. What I didn't realize is that it's on sale, and you guys probably know there's an opportunity if you pass around a book and collect orders, you can get some huge discounts that way. In May, if you collect $200 in orders from your friends, you can get one of these electrics at 60% off, but then you can get the Deluxe blender at 60% off the sale price, which I just realized that, which is incredible. So it's like $339. Normally it's $399. It's $339 on sale, but then you could get 60% off of that. So it's just incredible. It's something to keep in mind, like if that's something that's been in the back of your mind. And I have like a whole nother demo on the blender, so just let me know, blender, if you're interested in that.